So I built an app that scans trading cards, but the issue is I don't really know anything about trading cards. And that's basically the whole premise of this channel. Welcome. My name is Bryson. I'm a hobby developer out of Lincoln, Nebraska. I live with my girlfriend Angie, and I spend probably an unhealthy amount of time staring at code when I should be doing other things. If you hear noise in the background, sounds like a giant fan. Could be the server right next to me, although this mic might be cutting it out. Anyways, and I say this with a full sense of awareness, a nerdy, anxious hermit, and I watch like hoof care videos and YouTube at midnight. I have opinions about anime that I'll never share out loud. This whole thing is genuinely outside of my comfort zone. So honestly, we're off to a good start already. Um, so the app. A few months ago, I found my old cards, and like all people with some old cards, decided to see if I could have a personal Bitcoin moment. I looked at them, tried a few apps out, but most of them had a lot of gated features. I just wasn't digging it. I'm a collector. I like to know what I got, see what they're worth if I can, and penny, 2 pennies, 50 cents, $5, whatever. It doesn't matter. But a lot of the features were gated. You had to pay to scan, you had to pay to get data, you had to pay to get your own data out. And it was just like a whole cluster. And so, me being me, just a hobby developer and a little bit of ADHD on the side, I started thinking about building an app. And so I started building what I'm calling CardCensus now. The idea was simple at first, just point your phone at a card. It tells you what it is, tells you what it's worth, and then you can add it to your collection, and you don't really have to worry about it going forward. And like I said, I know there's other apps out there that do that, but I just wasn't digging the features. There wasn't a lot to it, and everything was kind of just single. My main game back in the day was Magic the Gathering, so I wasn't really sure about other cards, but I thought Pokemon looked cool, and so I wanted to try and see about those as well. I guess what I would say is what started as a personal project kind of turned into this, and now it's kind of quite extensive. I have it set up for Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, Lorcana, and One Piece. I have a ton more games that I'm working on as well. I'd say probably about 30 or so that are planned right now that'll scan a card, be it right now not as fast as most apps that are out there, but I'm a collector. I have no other things to do but sit here and fiddle with my stuff. So an extra couple seconds is not going to be a big thing for me. It might come down to a store person that might try and use the app that might find it a little frustrating, but I'm working on it. Let me see here. Yeah, so the card games. So I built the app. It's gonna build more games in there as I get more product content, whatever you want to call it, cards. Ideally, the scanner is going to be free. I want people to build a collection, be able to track their collection, track prices, look up cards. I'm still building it out, but it's working for the most part. I don't have it public at all in any way. And I probably won't show anything this video, but I will go into it probably on the next video when I get everything a little more planned out. I just wanted to get something up there and make my anxious self feel a little bit better about doing all this. So honestly, the last time I played trading card game was, like I said, Magic the Gathering. It was probably around, 2010, 2011. Kitchen table with some friends. We just played casually, non-competitive. I can't even say that I honestly knew what I was even doing then. Other than reading the cards, the little rule book that came with the fat packs or decks or whatever they were back then, and here we are. And now I'm building a platform for trading card game collectors, and I genuinely don't even know what most of the cards are. I couldn't tell you what makes a card meta. I can't tell you what a pull rate means off the top of my head, so to speak. I know, there's a ratio. When someone said SIR, I didn't even really know what it was. And now, after finding a couple of them in here, pretty sweet. Um, so that's where we're at as far as that. The app knows I'm kind of learning. I have a lot more extensive stuff built in there than just a scanner. I want it to be friendly for a new person to basically any kind of trading card game, as far as it goes. And just in case anybody else is new here, didn't know what SIR means, it's special illustration rare. But it's kind of the point of the channel is to not really know. So as it is, I have a bunch of product and stuff like that to go through. So let's see, got just random packs of stuff that I'll probably open up. Might do it on video. I feel like that's a decent thing that people are doing nowadays. But got a multitude of content here. Didn't stop there. Ended up at Target. They had cheap Yu-Gi-Oh cards, of course. So ended up nabbing some of those. Even went so crazy as to get the My Little Pony because I know there's people out there that are gonna love them. I kind of watched a lot of Naruto, so got to have the cards, I suppose. Just as a cool factor, anyways. Random pre-made decks. It says all foil edition. One of the things I want to do is be able to scan a holo card. Have a couple ideas to get better scans off of it as well versus just a straight plain on scan. Another one, just because it was there, Walmart, of course. Got a Magic the Gathering Foundations Jumpstart pack. These genuinely weren't even around when I was playing, but figured I'd grab it anyways. After the fact of me buying random stuff, which you should never do, especially when you're trying to get back into something, is I ended up with this thing and found out after the fact that it's all just kind of pre-made. So, but for me and Angie, it might be a bonus if I can kind of get her talked into it. Another bonus is there's a ton of cards in here, so a lot of scanning content. So that'll be great as far as the scanner goes. I don't think I mentioned it earlier. Like everything this day and age, a little bit of machine learning, a little bit of AI. So hopefully that'll go there. Ended up grabbing some of the new tin stuff. What is this? I have no idea. Scarlet and Violet 151 booster packs, a coin, and an art card. And then Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the only one left on the shelf at Walmart when I was there. And then, of course, we got obligatory eBay, so ended up buying stuff off of there, of course. So we got more. What was in there? Oh, packaging. Okay, cool. So got Magic cards here. Here. Got this one. Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I didn't have any Yu-Gi-Oh! I never played Yu-Gi-Oh! I never played anything other than Magic the Gathering, so just so we're all clear on that. I want to try and get language cards in there as well because I know a lot of people like to collect them. I honestly don't speak a different language, nor do I read it, so not really helpful to me to have this other than, I know who the Pokemon is. But those will be all good cards. I don't know if there's any holos in here at all, but there's plenty of holos in the Yu-Gi-Oh, I guess, and Magic, so hopefully that'll help me out there. This is one that I actually didn't even open yet. I ordered a bunch of games, some recent ones, some dead ones, some vintage ones. I'm just going to try and do a lot of stuff. What do we got here? Final Fantasy, maybe? Yep. Final Fantasy, so not really sure what. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really played many of the games. I haven't known there were so many of them, so there's quite a few cards in here, I guess. I think this one did have a holo in it, which I was pretty stoked about, just for the fact that they're harder to photograph and they're harder to work with. So if I could get, a couple hollows or something, then that would be alright. Oh, check it out, it's a cloud. I didn't play enough Final Fantasy to know who all these people are. But nonetheless, that looks pretty sweet. So those are cool. Every card is different. I don't want to just have to look at the back. I'd like to be able to just look here. And I mean, obviously it says Final Fantasy, so somebody can grab it out, but not every card has a cool copy line on it. Let's see. Got another one here. I don't even know what this one is. It came today on that. But like I said, trying to get into all the games so that I can get good content, of course, for the game. As far as the social stuff here, the video, like I said, this is all just new to me. What we got here? Some cool cards. But yeah, look out. Let's see, you got one of these. Tuxie over there is furring it up. One of the ETBs, as they call them, Elite Trainer Box. Wasn't able to get the Pokemon Center one. I was trying to, but apparently I was way too late. It's got some booster packs and stuff like that. I'm not lucky enough to get chase cards generally, so can't really say much about that. Yeah, it's pretty much about all I got here. I opened some of the cards that I got last night. Sorry if you're hearing noise. I got that chair back here. Yeah, I ended up opening some cards last night just to, like I said, get some content for the scanner. I wanted to throw some stuff through. This one has a cool holo that came out, and so, of course, the promo. I got a couple of the blister packs, so it ended up working out pretty well for me. I got a couple holos, and they all ended up being pretty good. I ended up with this Ivysaur. That looked pretty sweet, I thought. Yeah, so that looked pretty cool. Executor. Oh, that was pretty sweet. I think this is the first one I pulled out of there, and this one just caught my eye. I'd never seen any of the full art ones before, so that was kind of a trip. Obviously, you got the Oddish, got the Gloom. Oh, and then I got the Ball Plume here. And then I was continuing and ended up, I think, what did I have? I had, it's called Mega Evolutions, and then this one, I had to look up how to tell what Pokemon codes are and stuff. But, what was this one? Phantasmal Flames. But this one was pretty cool. I thought this was a sweet ass one, so I don't know if you can just frowned upon to get stuff graded and have it plaqued up, or if you can just buy the plaques yourself. I'm still new into cards again. When I was playing, everything was just loose and stuff. But then I pulled this guy right here, and I had no idea what it was other than, um, it looked cool. And so I was pretty stoked about that. Ended up throwing it into the app, and coincidentally, it did have a price for it, which was roughly about $800. And so I was pretty stoked about that. So I threw it in here real quick and tried not to touch it since then. But ideally, maybe this thing will bootstrap this channel. And I think that's kind of where I'm stuck at right at the moment. I think my camera is about to die, so I'll just kind of pause for a second, upload some data, and then splice this back in, maybe? Question mark? Alright, and we're back. That took far too long. Apparently YouTube was just taking up so much data on my phone. But nonetheless, yeah, like I said, got a lot of card games that are in the pipeline. Final Fantasy, like I said, look pretty sweet. But all cards are different, obviously. Different formats for everything. The wording's different, the copyright's different, the game is different, everything is different. And so, you got to train the data on that and get that all set up and sorted out and stuff. So I have no idea if these cards are worth anything. I'm just kind of shoving them in a plastic bag here, so that's fan-freaking-tastic. Thing right now, like I said, get something up there. I'm awkward and antisocial, and like I said, this is just outside of the norm for me, and hopefully it ends up going over well. But like I said, this is kind of what we have right now. Yeah, what do we got here? Oh, there we are. These. Oh, I'll put those back in the safe. So still doing a lot of work on the. I guess I keep saying an app, but it is technically a web app, a website, PWA, whatever you want to call it. So it should work on phones and all that jazz just fine. Like I said, hopefully I can make it all free. Infrastructure is not cheap, especially if you get a lot of people using something, but I like to do something to help people out. I have a couple ideas to monetize, so we'll see if those end up panning out or not. Like I said, everything was pretty cheap. Mainly was looking for the hollows and stuff because I want to be able, it's hard to see that, especially when you get a flash. So I have a couple ways that I'm thinking about being able to read the hollows, maybe potentially get a better read on them so that you can see it versus having a several $100 scanner or something along those lines. Oh Lord, these things are hard to open. The paper label wasn't messing around, man. Let's see what we got here. Morn Song Aria. Something new, I guess. That's pretty cool. Everything's pretty cool to me, apparently, recently. A little bit of white edge there. So, I don't know if you noticed, so far everything looks really good as far as condition goes. All the new packs are obviously not getting me anything great either. Not everybody plays with perfect, pristine cards, as far as like readability and such. I'm way over there on the camera. And so what I'm really, I guess, lacking so far is kind of like the played cards, the heavily used ones, damaged even. I just love hollows, all kinds. They're all sweet. And so I'm looking for a couple of those lots right now to see if I can find some damaged cards. I seen one in the next town over. They had a big old thing of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that looked like a 12-year-old had played with them for years. So we'll see. I sent them a price. We'll see if they hit me back at all. When are these from? 2026? Must be super recent. Okay. Well, I'll check more into those later. As far as this stuff over here, we'll probably open that up as we go along. Ideally, I'll have probably the stuff open on camera here, just so we can kind of keep track of everything. I got a bunch of those coins from the thing, all the receipts. There was quite a few cards. Like I said, there was a couple blister packs, so I don't know. There was a bunch of like different hollows. I don't know what the different hollows are nowadays. That maybe reverse hollows is what they call them. They're not shiny on the picture per se, but everywhere else. Those are pretty cool. Caught a couple of these Steelixes, so pretty sweet. Nothing too amazing as far as those go. I suppose when I go forward, I'll probably try and use some gloves just because of the Charizard incident. I get my fat ham hocks all over the fresh, pristine cards and stuff if I can help it. Apologies for the noise. I'm heathen sometimes. Right, let me get these cards all in here. And what is that? Something snuck away there. What do we got here? Oh, it's the one that I opened the other day. These magic cards, maybe? Yep, magic cards and something else. The Vanguard ones, maybe? I'm not sure. We'll see what we got here. I didn't actually open the packs. I just opened it to see if the stuff was in the package. Oh, cool. These ones are in the protectors. And of course, they're double dip. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Is that a normal thing? Am I just way behind on the times? That's cool. Oh, cool. A bunch of hollows. Oh, that's sweet. Dude. I'm sure it's probably worth like 2 pennies or something, but I don't care. Part of the joy of being a collector, I suppose. Don't really care if it's worth the money. And kind of just cool factor or whatever floats your boat. I'm sure the people that everybody that collects their cards collects them for a certain reason, and you just seen them at one point in time, and you're like, oh, that's sweet, or oh, that's cool. And just went from there, or somebody else showed you something, and you just thought it was sweet as all hell, and here we are. We all have some cards now. And this one wasn't upside down. I bet these are all like 50-cent hollows or something. And so we'll see when I get everything all scanned in. Hopefully I got a couple bugs I'm working out right at the moment. Once I get those all worked out, I'll be able to, I self-created, of course, because that's how development goes. Get all this stuff scanned in and have the collections be able to tell me what's up. It's like Assassin's Creed or something. That's cool. I think that's like the first one that wasn't a hollow in this little set here. More hollows. I don't know any of these set icons. Like sitting here heathening stuff up. Fangorn Tree Shepherd. Nice. Alright, those are pretty cool. I have no idea what these are. Hopefully it says at the bottom of the thing. I don't know, maybe Star Wars, Vanguard. I don't know, I guess. Oh, hot damn. That's something totally different. There's the Lorcana. Lorcana? Well, let's see. You got anything cool? Develop your brain. Magical Maid. I got Hercules. Oh, sweet. They got a hollow. Should have called myself Hollow Channel or Hollow Dude or something. I'm sure there's somebody out there already. Jeez, there's a lot of hollows. Magic Mirror. Zeus. I'm surprised Zeus isn't a hollow. I'm sure he is somewhere. Sudden Scare. I think these are just like little mystery things for a couple dollars each or something. Let's see. Light the fuse. Pull the lever. Pull the lever. Great Stone Dragon. Holloway. Go down right there. Oh, we got Bell. Oh, what did I do that for? Bell's a hollow. Got Alice. Alice is not a hollow. Anna. Whoa. Another Bill. That's cool. Untrained and accomplished. I don't know anything about this game, so I don't know if these are like upgrade carts or what. Meg. That's kind of cool. Followed all over. Can't complain about that for a couple bucks. Alright. So, got all that. In my chair. Let's see. Probably save some of this stuff for the next video at least. I don't know. We'll save these because I think that might be fun to do with Angie if I get a chance. I'm just going to throw my gloves on because, you know, why the hell not? Who knows if you pull something good and then boom, here we go. Not that I think anything is great is going to come out of the Yu-Gi-Oh! From Target. Or I think these were Target and this was Walmart maybe. So we'll see. Fun times. Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's 5:05. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's do these ones. We'll save these ones, and I want to check out these Naruto ones. So we'll do those right quick, and we'll see what's up. Again, not that I think anything ungodly or great is going to be in here, but on the off chance it is. I got brand new cards. Look at that. There's some wimpy packs, aren't there? Oh, did you see that? Oh my God. Talk about cheap packaging. Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. I don't know. It's got some hollow foil on the name. Are they all like that? I don't know. That's cool. Let's see. Oh, I guess so. Time Reloader. Let's see. Ally of Justice, Cyclone Creator. What can you do? So I don't know if any of these are any good or not. I suppose if I learn some editing or something, maybe I can do a little pop-up thing or something. Not that there's a lot of room here to do pop-ups. Our office here is a little bit small, and our other desk is quite used at the moment. And Tuxie has taken over the other chair, else I would have a quieter one. I'm sure you'll meet Tuxie someday. Let's see, this one rips right open too. Oh, nope. Well, let's see what this one has. Keep moving over here. My bad. Let's see, Sol and Luna. Autonomous Action Unit. I don't even know what that is. Tragodia. Got a hell of a lot of stars on it. Cool Tune Rico. I don't know. Another hollow one. Looks pretty sick. Some of the card art, man, I tell you what. That just alone is part of the fun. Destructive Dharma Karma Cannon. Oh, Jesus. Deftero and Anacraft? What? Dude, I thought it was all just monsters and stuff before. Okay. And Crackdown. So, I don't know if there's anything worth it in there, but so we have the app for. So we'll see what happens. Oh, damn, look, these ones are actually easier to open. I've seen these at GameStop. I don't know if they're new or not. Like I said, I like Naruto. Oh, wait. We got here. Dang, there's a whole lot of types. Well, I guess we'll see what's up. I don't know why I'm doing that. We'll see. Just don't want to damage any cards if there is something good in there. Dang, they just don't want to open now. It'd be like that. Maybe I'll get a pair of scissors next time I do openings. I want to be bending all the cards up though. Oh, and there we go. Perfect. Yeah, well, look at that. I don't know if I was mirroring there. Yeah, that's pretty sick though. Battle on the Bridge. Bunzo returns. Oh, that's pretty sweet. I don't know if you've seen these cards, but I don't know how you tell the rarity level or anything either. So there's that. Pretty cool. Kashi, SSR. The Bunza Machi. I don't know. Oh, shoot. I didn't even show you that. Oh, that's pretty sweet. A lot hollow on it too. And same here. Naruto. Wow. The card is just trash. I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know. I don't know if it'll show on the camera. It might. And then just like straight lines like all the way across him. Crazy. Yeah, it looks like it was just dragged across the floor almost. Is it me? Shit. Huh. The characters of the childhood, I suppose. Oh, cool. Got a Naruto. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's pretty sweet. One's there, and then this one's also one of those. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Alright, this is another. I don't know. They're both kind of trash. Let me see if I can see it on camera here. Yeah, there you go. You can see it there. Oh, maybe. I don't know. That's weird. We'll see what's up. Let's see. Oh. See if we can not trash this one, maybe. We got here Battle on the Bridge. That's cool. The Oath of Pain. Kakashi. Oh. Holloway. Cool. Yeah, they just tore up. I think it's like some with the rollers or something. I don't know. Like, see it all the way across. That's wonky. Let's see here. Come on now. I want to wrecking cards. Bro, work with me. Step together. There we go. Okay, cool. That one. Get up in there. Kwanzaa, another hollow. And it looks like there might be one more down here. That's pretty cool. I'm digging it. They all look pretty sweet. They'll be great material for scanning, and obviously, because they're like basically all just hollows, so that's freaking fantastic. I'm not sure if they're all just naturally trashed when they come off the rollers, or if that's just a perk of my packs. Seems to only be these cards as far as I can tell. Here. Yeah, no, those ones look good. The Kakashis look good. Oh, what's that? Snuck another one in there, apparently. Although I'm sure I pulled it off. Oh, hot damn, look at that. It's Naruto. It's an SSR. It's a non-Ijutsu, I think. Alright, cool. We'll have to move these out of the way so I don't get Tuxie tearing stuff up when he tears ass around later on. I'll look these up and see. Oh, let's see what else we got here. Mike's not dying yet. Quite. Lorwyn. I'll keep those. We got Scarlet, Violet, Journey Together, Winter Spell. Let's do this heroin one. Do this and then I'll call it a night. I gotta get to bed. Pre-cut there. That's pretty sweet. Sure, that's awesome. Very not so helpful. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. Again, know nothing about this one, so apologies for holding stuff down here for most of the video. Let's see here. Conus. Is it Kaya? Black Maria. And we got a Cami. Sure somebody has that on a pillow somewhere. Makino. Insolent Fool, Stand Down. That's kind of cool. Nico Robin. Thanks for the treat. And looks like a Karina. And then what we got here? Mrs. Doublefinger, Zala. And looks like the hollow is Nami. Looks like it's pretty hollow all the way across. The shirt there isn't hollow, and then the arms, they're not uber reflective, face and such, so I'm sure you can kind of see that in there. Not bad, looks pretty cool. And what else do we have here? There's another hollow. That's sweet. Yeah, and so on this one's the bubbles background, this whole thing in the hair here, the waistband, and then whatever this is back here. Shira Shoni? I don't know. I think that's it. I don't know. I'm sure this probably has something to do with rarity or something down here. I'm sure all cards are pretty much about that way. I guess thanks for visiting my video. Thanks for listening to me about my project and watching me pull out some cards. Like I said, I plan to get more content for the app and pull some cards along the way. I honestly don't know how much I'm going to be pulling. I don't know if it's going to be a regular thing or if it's going to be about the app or if I'll even get back into another video after this. I'm sure I will. But it's all new to me. Like I said, I'm kind of like a hermit. I'm not social in the general sense, so just trying new stuff, and this is kind of where we're at now. So I guess, like I said, thanks for joining me. We'll see what some of this is worth, and maybe, like I said, if I get good at editing, maybe we can pop up some values here and there when I see stuff. But I make no promises on that. Although this stuff does look pretty cool. But until next time, we'll see you later.